southern countries its attacks against Syria, launching 4 waves of strikes on civilian and military targets in the country's southern and western regions in less than a week. The escalation began on March 30th when a series of strikes targeted the heart of the Syrian capital Damascus, El Midan and adjacent Kafr Susa neighborhoods, where several security buildings are located, were both hit. 2 service members were wounded by the strikes, which also caused some material losses. The very next day, March 31st, a new series of Israeli strikes hit a position on the outskirts of Damascus. The position turned out to be a facility of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Tehran acknowledged later that 2 military advisors of the Guards, Milad Haydari and Meghdad Megani, were killed in the attack. The IRGC vowed that the deadly attack will not go unanswered. The Iranian threat didn't stop Israel, who launched a new series of strikes against Syria early on April 2nd. The strikes hit El Dabar Air Base in the southern countryside of Homs, where personnel from the IRGC and Lebanon's Hezbollah are known to be deployed. An air defense base located near the village of Qaryat el-Dahabi to the north of the airbase was also hit. One of the hardened aircraft shelters in El Dabar Air Base was destroyed in the strikes, along with a drone communication control station and a separate communications vehicle. 5 Syrian service members were also wounded. Also on April 2nd, Israel downed an unidentified drone over the front with Syria using electronic warfare means. The Israeli Defense Forces said that the drone did not cross into Israeli airspace and did not represent a threat at any time. Tel Aviv held Iran responsible for the incident and alleged that the drone was launched from Syria's southern region. Later on April 4th, Israel launched a new series of strikes against Syria. The strikes hit a civilian glass factory and military positions in the countryside of Damascus, as well as a radar site in the village of Tel el-Hahan in the eastern countryside of El Suwaida. The strikes claimed the lives of 2 civilians and caused material losses. Israel has launched hundreds of strikes on civilian and military targets in Syria over the past decade as a part of its so-called War Between the Wars military campaign. However, this was the first time since the start of the covert campaign it had carried out 4 large attacks against the war-torn country within a week. The intensity of the recent Israeli strikes and the losses caused by them will likely force Syria and its allies, namely Iran, to respond. This could lead to a limited military confrontation.